What's up, fuckers? Another mail call, goddammit. But first, if you enjoy this content, I'd ask that you would share, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. All right. You know, by subscribing, you do help us out. It helps that algorithm, and it does help me to go viral. All right, let's get into it. This is, these packages here aren't any new knives, so spoiler alert, but it is something that I will be using with my knives. So I figured I'd share with you guys. The unboxing knife this morning is the Max Ace Black Mirror. We have two packages. One is from Skiff Workshop, and the second one is from TinkerForce. TinkerForce is who is responsible for this breakdown mat here. I'm digging what they do. I do believe they're going to be making an extra large mat. This is their large, and although I like it, I would much rather a bigger one. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't checked them out yet, check them out. tinkerforce.com, and you'll thank me for it. Okay. Normally I try to repurpose these envelopes, but I got so many of them that I'm just going to go ahead and cut through it. I forgot which bearings I ordered. Ever since Lefty ruined bearings for me, I seem like I just want to put skiffs in every goddamn thing. But these that I ordered are the 5mm 1/16 of an inch with an 11 ball count. I think these were ordered for the which knife were they ordered for? I think they were ordered for the Bridgeport. That's right. Bridgeport Knife Company 395. That's what these bearings are for. That's the size that they take. So, not that it necessarily needs it, but it will make it smoother. So, that will be done. And let's see what's in this package right here. This was something I saw on the TinkerForce website. Not necessarily that I needed it, because I have other means of doing what this is doing, but I figured they could match the pad that I have here. And it was cheap. I think it was like $6 or something like that. Pretty cool. This is basically for your drivers. Let's see. So that goes like that. I didn't think it was this material. I didn't think this was the one that I ordered. I thought I ordered a different one. I have to check. But this is where your bits go. And then you can also put either your lock stick, or rather your Loctite, or you can put one of your KPLs in there, which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably put the KPL in that one. And it just keeps it to where everything's in one general location, nicely assembled. So, yeah, TinkerForce. I'm fucking with them. Okay, being that that was basically it for the unboxing, I decided also that I'm just going to go ahead and do the bearing swap on camera. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. I'm not the first person to want to do this, nor will I be the last. But since you're here, you might as well fucking learn something if you haven't. So, goddamn, let's go ahead and do that. That should be a T8 for that pivot, if I'm not mistaken. And it is. Oh, wait a minute. That might be a T8, actually. I mean, a T10. Yeah, that pivot's a T10. And then everything else is T8. Okay. So, let's go ahead and take out the pivot screw. When I first received, I had a couple of issues with the Bridgeport Knife Company. That being said, the head guy for Bridgeport, I think his name is Justin as well, he went ahead and made it right, sent me another knife. I don't know if you guys have been following the news lately with Vosteed, but this seems to be an epidemic with a couple of knife companies, man. A couple of these OEMs have been producing these knives that have faulty lockup, man. I've been quietly dealing with this issue all year, essentially. I've had multiple knives that have done that. I've had a few that I've sent back that have been replaced. And then I have what I'm currently dealing with, besides the Vosti situation, is Kaiser. That Kaiser mini button lock, the Towser K, has been horrible. I even made a video of me changing out the spring and plunger, and it still did it. So at that point, what that tells me is that that cutout on the tang of the blade is compromised. It's not done right. The tolerances aren't done right. Something's going on. But even with this second Bridgeport Knife Company knife, or the 395 that I had received, you can see how much I had to bend that liner. That's not how it comes, but the detent was so shitty on the second version of the one they sent me that I had to bend that liner just to give it a good detent. I may have overdone it because now it's a very strong detent, but I'd rather a strong detent than no detent, to be honest with you. But since I have it open, I may push on it a little bit to try to not make it as strong, because it is hell on the fingers, full disclosure. All right, this knife is rather dirty. I had given this knife to my son, but that's because I ended up selling one of them to Zach from Lost Coast EDC. I had sold him my 395 because I was buying the Asher Spiro, titanium Spiro, and I immediately regretted it. I did, you know. I'm a big supporter of Asher knives, but if I had to choose between the Spiro and the 395, give me the 395 every day and twice on Sunday. I just felt it was a superior knife for sure. Granted, you were getting the S35 VN blade steel with the Asher, but the 14C 28N that you get with the 395, I'm totally good with. I love the fact that it's a liner, inset liner lock, and so I had to do a little bit of finagling, but I gave my son a better knife, and he allowed Daddy to get this one back. So thank you, my son, for coming to your senses. Okay, so let's do a little bit of this. Let's get some alcohol, clean this shit while we're here. Have you guys, speaking about what I've been speaking about with all these lock issues, I'm sure you guys have heard, and maybe you haven't, but you know, Metal Complex released a video yesterday in reference to the Raccoon and how it was not holding up to a minimal spine tap. Sorry about that. That it wasn't holding up to a minimal spine tap, and yeah, so now, you know, it's kind of crazy because, you know, when I was saying that, I had been saying the same thing, not in reference to the Raccoon, but in reference to other knives. And a lot of these makers were literally trying to act like I was crazy, man. And, oh, why are you spine tapping it, blah, blah, blah. Listen, bro, if you're a minimal spine tap to test the lock, to test the integrity of the lock, that's totally okay. And I'm good with that. Some people may argue that, oh, that's not going to really happen in real life. Well, I beg to differ. If it's doing that on a minimal spine tap, that's just proof of things to come, you know? If you twist that knife during the cut, who's to say it won't disengage then, and then you're really in a bad situation. So it shouldn't be doing that. I don't care what the fuck anybody says. But anyways, I digress. Let's get one of these, I think they call them doodads. I call them fucking Q-tips, but let's get one of these little baby Q-tips we got. Let me go ahead, put a little more alcohol on this soldier rag. Just clean up everything in here. Yeah, Kubi was the OEM on this 395, and they crushed it, man. They absolutely crushed it. Kubi is doing good things, you know, they really are. I wish on their knives that they weren't so D2 and AUS 8, you know, heavy, that they would use more 14C. They do have some models that are 14C. They even have a couple premium models that are the S35 VN, and I'm totally good with all that. But they're heavy on the D2 and the AUS 8. I'll tell you what. There's another company that I really dig their designs, and they're greatly priced, but they are fucking K110 and D2 whores, and that is Petrified Fish. They've got some phenomenal designs for phenomenal prices, and they even have literally, I think, two to three models top that are 14C. And I would buy all their knives if they just use different steels. I don't mind D2 as much, and for the price point that Petrified Fish is putting out there, it really, you know, it's not a problem. As long as you take care of your shit, you'll be good to go, man. You know, but point being is I already have enough D2. I don't want any more at this time. But if a knife speaks to me and it is D2 for the right price, I'll grab it. Okay, let's grab a little bit of this KPL from my new tinkerforce little getup. Oh, look at that. That shit fits perfectly right there. And then what I always do when I do these swaparooskies is I'll take the old bearings, or rather the stock bearings, and then I always make myself a little note so I remember where the hell they came from. So these came out of the 395. And the reason I do that is if the knife is being moved on to a new home, I'm taking my goddamn bearings back. I ain't selling it with the skiffs, unless they want to pay for it, of course. But a lot of these people, when you try to sell these knives, man, they want to nickel and dime you, bro. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Knife Swap, but it is horrible trying to sell a goddamn knife on there, man. Horrible. But as a matter of fact, I just sold my first knife on NAF sale. I don't know if this is any better. You know, granted, there was no haggling over the price. I put the price up and it sold. But the problem is, man, as opposed to the Knife Swap on the Reddit, you get your funds instantaneously. Once that sale is complete, your funds, you know, in order for you to ship the knife, you receive the funds first. NAF sale was different. I've literally shipped the knife last week. It is set to arrive tomorrow, or rather today, which is January 11th of 2023. I still haven't received the funds yet. I emailed NAF sale last night, and they said, "Oh, you should post today or by Thursday." Well, by Thursday, that buyer already has the knife in his possession. You know, under no circumstance should a buyer receive the product prior to the shipper receiving his funds. I just don't see that. I don't agree with that. But anyways, it is what it is. So I hope that guy who bought the knife enjoys it. The knife that I did sell on NAF sale was the Manix in CPM 15V. I originally was going to keep both of them. I was lucky enough to get two. In hindsight, I wish I did keep it, you know, because that way I could have had one as a hard user and then one in the case. So now I just got one in the goddamn case, but it's all good, man. There'll be many more sprint runs to come. So I know everyone went crazy over the 15V, but it'll happen again. I believe so. Especially with the success of the 15V CPM Manix 2 that just dropped. I can't imagine Spyderco not wanting to do that again. Granted, it'll be a different configuration, different color on the scales and stuff, but it will happen again, I'm sure. Once again, sorry for hitting that damn tripod. This is kind of a pain in the ass doing it this way, but this is what I got going on. Okay, a little bit of KPL around that pivot. I already did that skiff right there. I also like to put it on the actual pivot, female end of the pivot, the dock, I guess we would call it, because that way when your blade is actually spinning, it's lubricated. I'll also take this and do it in here as well. And then of course we're gonna put some on those two bearing grooves on the knife. Just a quick little spin of the Q-tip right around there. I will hit that detent hole as well as that detent track with some heavy KPL. Let me get that ready to go. Okay, let me hit the second bearing. So what I do with the bearings is I'll just put a little drop on the finger, just like that. dab it together, drop that bearing on there, and then spin it around. Let all those balls get lubricated. Okay, this one's going like that, so that one's going in there. Boom. Now let's get this KPL heavy. I hope you guys can see what we're doing. Let me dry these fingers off a little bit. But I'll literally just take a good little drop right there. Like that. Then I'll take whatever I dropped in there. I will take it and I'll just dip the applicator in that drop and then run it around that track. Like that. So that's done. We don't need anything else on there. Take this, everything's in place. Oh, let me clean this. Let me clean this. I don't think I cleaned this side of it. You can see there's a little bit of smuts. Have you guys noticed that they're dropping on the 17th of January? They are dropping the Spyderco Yojimbo DLT exclusive. What is the steel on that one? Crew wear, I believe. Yeah. I don't have a Yojimbo in my collection. It's gonna have the purple scales with the crew wear. I just got my first knife with crew wear. I got the Benchmade Mini Adamas. Got it on the secondary market, which I don't really like to do, but it was a trade. I didn't pay for it, so yeah, I'm thinking about grabbing it. If any of you fuckers are grabbing it, let me know in the comments. If you think I shouldn't grab it, let me know in the comments, because I have been spending quite a bit of money on these knives. Can't let it get out of control, goddammit. Too much of anything is a habit. Okay, let's see now. Got everything lined up. I think I hear something kind of grinding a little bit. Maybe I need to, oh shit. Oh man. Okay. I've got to get a better setup, y'all. Got to get a bigger desk, bigger table, different room. I'm literally doing this in my master bedroom and my wife is like over it. She likes to get to bed early sometimes and I'm up all night doing this shit. Okay. Let me push back on this a little bit. Hope I didn't do that too much. Hit this body screw. Oh shit, wait a minute. Yeah, tripping. I love this little minimal hardware setup they got on this Bridgeport, man. I'm excited to see what Bridgeport Knife Company drops next, man. With the success of the 395, I'm eager to see what else he does. You know, sometimes I think he dropped a version 1 of the 395. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did drop a knife. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was a whole different model altogether. but I don't believe the 395 was his first drop. Could be wrong on that, but for some reason I feel like he had dropped the knife previously. Okay, we are way off center, but that's because we haven't tightened down the pivot yet. There we go. That's tight. Let me fingers are all oily from the damn KPL. Yeah, I still may adjust this D10 a little bit. It is really, really strong, man. It's on the verge of being a little too strong. Like I said, I had adjusted it when I first got it because it was extremely light. So I did adjust it, but I damn sure did a little bit too much. So since I'm here now, I am going to go ahead and lean on that liner a little bit, lock bar side of the liner, to lighten it up a little bit. It's a very, very small small window before you end up fucking it up. But you can clearly see how much I bent that. I think that's better. I think I did a little bit too much of this KPL in there. Hopefully I didn't overdo it. Whoa, sorry about that, y'all. Okay, off on the centering. Just gotta tighten this up a little bit more. We are centered. Oh, oh yeah. Very minimal blade play. Let me tighten up these body screws first. Or actually, let me just make sure that pivot is tightened just right. Actually, I don't want to tighten that pivot anymore. Let me see about tightening up this body screw. I think that'll... We are centered. Oh yeah, look at that straight drop action. That's what skiffs will do for you, bro. Very, very, I mean, microscopic blade play. Let me tighten it just a hair. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Blade is centered. We're good to go, man. 395, baby. Love it. Even 10 times more now that I got these skiffs in there. I'm happy. All right, this is gonna be it for this video, y'all. But stay tuned. My next video I got coming up is the actual disassembly and diagnoses on what the hell that rattle is. I'm gonna take apart this D-Rocket Jupiter. So stay tuned on that one. Pay attention because I may need y'all's help. Never taken apart that, don't know what to look for when I open that up. Got to make sure I document everything, so in case I fuck up, I can reverse engineer it. All right, people. Love you, mean it. Until the next time, cut something, cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.